Not just 3 murders in this small town. Before the sheriff spoke, the priest glared, making him flip and flee. So, who is the mysterious 4th dead person? Even weirder, if there are 5 dead, why are there only 4 headstones? Klein was determined to solve this mystery like a detective putting together a jigsaw puzzle. Klein secretly dug up 4 graves, checking identities, but found nothing. Just when she thought she was a failed detective. However, unexpectedly, Klein found a key clue on the widow's corpse. Her head was chopped off, and her belly had a strange knife wound, like a missing piece in a puzzle. This could break the case. Klein took the body to the clinic for an autopsy, excited like attending a science fair. After the autopsy, Klein uncovered the bombshell. The widow was pregnant. Plot twist. The child in her belly was the 4th victim mentioned by the sheriff. Why did the sheriff and the priest conceal it? What secrets lie behind this? In the evening, the sheriff and priest seemed to be fighting, and Klein happened to see this incredible gossip. Klein saw the sheriff load bags onto a carriage to flee the town. Klein swooped in like an eagle on a chick. She hoped the sheriff would stay and help, but he countered it was Klein who put her in danger. The town murder seemed linked to the widow's baby. When Klein's question on the father made the sheriff like a stepped-on cat, refused to answer. Just then, horror-struck a headless horseman galloped out of the woods, scaring Klein so much she nearly jumped out of her skin like she just downed 5 cups. He swung his sword, chopping off the sheriff's head, like the headless horseman shopping for clearance items. The headless horseman spared Klein, cutting the sheriff's head back into the woods like a prize. Well, indeed. What was going on? Science-loving Klein fainted on the spot. Terrified, Klein hid in her room like a hermit crab, thinking, how on earth am I going to find a job after all this? Calm, she still wouldn't believe a 20-year dead could revive, deciding to head to the eerie forest. She sought the headless horseman's grave, but only a boy dared join, such a cute sidekick. No choice, Klein and the boy entered the jungle, finding a cave ahead. They cautiously went in like tiny explorers. Inside lived a witch. She quickly knew their mission, like a street fortune teller. The witch said to follow the sunset to find a tree of the dead for their headless horseman's spirit. Klein didn't understand her motive, but decided to obey. Just then, Klein thought she saw a shadow. To her surprise, it was Fantassa's daughter, Katrina. Turns out she followed Klein out of concern, likely thinking the town needed more drama. After spending time together, the two developed feelings, and they continued onwards, seeking the tree of the dead. Soon, they found the tree of the dead in the forest. Following the witch's directions, they opened the tree hollow to the headless horseman's abode. Klein grabbed an axe and hacked away, determined to verify the headless horseman's existence. To her surprise, the roots spouted tons of bright red liquid, like human blood. Klein was instantly startled. But at that moment, Klein kept chopping, until she witnessed unsettling sights. It turned out that all the heads taken by the headless horseman were stashed in the tree hollow. Talk about a creepy storage unit. At that moment, Klein found the headless horseman's grave, with dug soil suggesting someone had been there before. She dug up the knight's grave, only to find a skull-less skeleton. Could it mean someone took the head of the headless horseman, causing all this bloodbath? Then, suddenly, the sky rumbled with thunder, and the headless horseman burst out from the tree, but oddly enough, she didn't attack Klein. The headless horseman was gearing up for more shopping. Klein hurried after, but lost him. Meanwhile, fast forward, and the headless horseman reached the small town, ready to collect some poor fellow's head. The man tried to fight back, but was no match for the horseman, and soon found himself on the losing end. See, talk about life's a dream, right? Meanwhile, the man's wife quivered in a corner, hurriedly hiding her son, but couldn't escape the tragedy. Moments later, she lost her head too, and that little boy saw the whole thing unfold. See, talk about childhood trauma. The poor little boy was terrified, but couldn't muster a sound, trapped in a bubble of fear, so to speak. Just when the boy thought he was home free, the headless horseman sensed him and swung her axe down at the floor like some wicked game of whack-a-mole. The poor boy didn't escape the ordeal. Truly a case of heads up. But as the headless horseman prepared to leave, a town man spotted and shot her, making her tumble down. Just when the man thought he was a sharpshooter, the horseman stood up like she was just reloading. Regular physics didn't seem to work on her. The horseman didn't attack, yet the man ignored the gap between them. Just then, Klein showed up in town, urging the man to back off from his foolishness, but he wasn't listening. Typical macho ego. With no choice, Klein joined the fight, seeking a chance to drag the man away. They couldn't defeat this scary foe. However, the furious Headless Horseman wouldn't spare them. Klein got stabbed, the man beheaded. Klein fainted on the spot, thinking this was way too much for her roller coaster ride. Waking again, Klein realized the Headless Horseman only killed those who took her head, not randomly. Meaning the mysterious figure who stole the knight's head was truly the mastermind behind the chaos. Though Fantasso dismissed Klein's theory, you could tell he sensed things were far more complicated than they seemed. Who took the Headless Knight's head? Mystery shrouds it, urging everyone to uncover the truth.